Scarlett.
And I'm Anna.
And we are Basic Stitches.
Yeah.
Every week we do this. It's like, and now what? Well, now we're a knitting podcast based out of Florida. We're also indie dyers. We are Sunshinedye.works. And you can find us at Sunshinedye.works online, and you can find me on Instagram as Sunshinedye.works and me on Instagram, me on Ravelry as Scarlett.
Are we doing it in the beginning now?
I think we should.
Okay. I am on Instagram as Elamingo Knits and on Ravelry as Banana.
I say leave that in.
Okay.
And all. So if you've ever watched us before, thank you so much for coming back. And if this is your first episode, it's going to be a shorty because it's summer in Florida, which is not prime time for knitting. I knit on my lunch breaks now at work, and I also am trying to fitness. So I'm walking laps around the lake at work with one of my coworkers, holding my little yarn ball in my elbow pit, and just sweating. And yesterday was too much, and I had to be like, this is not fun. So do you have any whips this week? Or any FOs this week, rather?
I have one.
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
It is this guy.
The pillowcase!
So the pillowcase is done. The pillow is done. Since it's a Father's Day present and I won't be here on Father's Day, I needed to have it done before Father's Day. So.
Oh, it's beautiful. He's gonna love it.
Yeah, it's not my greatest work, but it's fine.
Sorry, it's for your dad.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. I think gifts for parents, they can have their flaws.
Yeah. But I knit it to where I had just enough yarn to finish the last row, and then I remembered, I have to cast off.
Oh no!
So I started casting off, and then as I would get close to not having enough yarn, I would just find the longest tail and cut some off and join it. And I did that about 2 or 3 times. But it's done. And
my God.
It was a little bit too short, so I just stretched it. And you can't really tell. It doesn't really look stretched out.
It looks comfy.
But I forgot totally that casting off was a thing. But it worked out well.
Well.
So just simple seat stitch, nothing fancy.
Dad will never know.
No.
I finished my green toe-up socks, my 2 at a time socks.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, of course, I don't have them. They've already gone to live on the feet of their recipient because I finished them on Sunday of last weekend. So those are gone, and I didn't even block them. I was like, can you bring them back so I could block them? And they didn't. And I accidentally ran his other socks, my other socks that I knit this year, through the washing machine, and they're fine. I didn't dry them, but I did put them in the wash. They're fine. So when they tell you that your yarn is machine washable, sometimes they mean it. So that's it as far as FOs for me. It's mostly whips. I have 2 kind of lingering, well, I guess not really. One's kind of lingering, and the other one just feels like it's lingering, but I've only really been working on it for, I guess I started it last Sunday or last weekend. I guess I started it last weekend, but I really got going on it on Tuesday when we went to Austin, and it's only Wednesday, a week later, and I'm like, oh my God, am I done yet? I got spoiled. So actually, do you want to do what are we wearing? And I don't know what it's wearing, but still.
Yeah.
This is my Purl Soho Tulip tank, and I can show you the back now that I am actually wearing it. But it looks so cool. I'm really happy with the way that it came out, and I've been wearing it all the time. Also, shout out to our friend Marigold Makers, Erin. I literally cannot stop wearing my earrings. You can find her on Instagram as Marigold Makers. And gotta get yourself some of these. They're resin, they're light, and they're so fun. She calls them ear candies, and I can't argue. So what are you working on?
I am working on this guy. Let me dig him out of here. So.
Oh, is that the campfire?
This is not. So this is, I just needed a project to work on. I didn't have anything, so I was looking on my Pinterest, and I had saved a stitch called the bamboo stitch. And I was like, I'll just do something plain out of that stitch. However, how I'm doing is definitely not how the person who wrote this, the stitch out does it. I think we do our yarn overs differently. So I'm getting like this waffly effect.
I like it.
But my plan is to just keep knitting on this, sew it together, and just make a big, fluffy pink cloud of a cowl or circular.
And what yarn is that?
This is my, I don't have the tag with me. Actually, I do. So this is the mixed Sandnes yarn. So this is some of my Norway yarn.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
That's finally being used. So I kind of just wanted to make it into a big pink fluffy cloud.
I love it.
And so I think this will give me that effect. I don't know. Looking at it now, I might rip it out.
Oh, gosh.
We'll see.
So I am working on my Kallara shawl, which has quite a bit of progress from the last time you guys saw it, but isn't done or close to done. But I'm through all of the increases. Mm-hmm. So this is as wide as it's going to get. I think the pattern says that when you're done with the increases, it's about a third. So I'm about a third of the way on that. It's been really fun to work on. It's easy. I mean, this is as long as it's going to get. So it's going to fly from here. I haven't been working on it that much because I've got other stuff that I'm doing. But the problem with doing these like 2-color stripes is that they're getting tangled because every row, and if anyone knows a better way to organize things, that would be great. But I am just like, I just have them both in the bag, and they're tangling each other, and we're having some felting, and I'm having to like rip things apart to keep going, and it's not ideal. But other than that, it's going really great. I might give it to my mom who doesn't watch this when it's finished because she really likes it. She's really liking the way it's coming out. So we'll see how I'm feeling when it's done, if she can wrench it away from me. And then my other project is my summer lace tank, which hopefully will be done the next time we talk. But I had to knit the eyelet edge, the lace border, twice, lace yoke rather. That was not ideal. I got through a little more than half of it and realized that my stitch count was off and that things weren't coming out right. And I was like, why is this lace not intuitive? Why is this lace not intuitive? Why can't I figure this out? Well, because like an idiot, I didn't look at the chart. And once I looked at the chart, it was much easier to see like, oh, everything stacks on top of each other in this way. So that came out actually really great now that it's done. And all I need to do, I've got a couple more increases to do in the waist shaping, and then there'll be 6 more straight inches of stockinette. And then it's got an I-cord bind off, and then I pick up an I-cord bind off on the armpits and sleeve too. So, like I said, hopefully by the next time we talk, this will be done. Right now, it is a crop top, so that's how long it needs to be. It's done, but it definitely needs to be way longer than that. But look at my little yarn ball. There's a little nugget left. And I've never knit with lace weight before, and I'm knitting on 6s. So I thought, like, okay, well, that'll go pretty quickly. It's on 6s. No. The stitches are fairly wide, but the row gauge is short. It's a lot of rows to add an inch. So trucking along on that. Hopefully I'll get some good progress in tonight. And like I said, I've been working on it while I've been walking on my lunch break, and I'll work on it some tonight while I take a walk too. But I've got another skein ready to go for when I run out. But I don't know how much of this I'm really going to use. We'll see. And it's out of Knitpicks, Shadow, Heather. shadow lace in Opal Heather, and you can read about that right here. 100% merino. So let me make a lace wool tank top. Yeah, that sounds good. Florida. Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about acquisitions. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
All right. So I bought a skein from the Countess Ablaze. She did a sale that was like, I don't want to do inventory, so buy some stuff so I don't have to count it, and free shipping anywhere, and I was like, done. So this is Make Love Not War on the Tia Merino base, so it's another merino single, so I will have the same problems with felting, as I do on that. And I do kind of have a shawl in mind, which I will talk about the next time we podcast, because I didn't put it in the show notes, and I didn't do my research, and I don't remember what it's called. But I saw it in somebody's post about LYS Day, so it was like the LYS Day shawl for like the West Coast. I saw it some West Coast yarn designer, Indie, I follow on Instagram, posted it, and it is a mixture of like a beautiful variegated yarn and then a solid color or tonal in some lace panels. And I have this like beautiful white undyed alpaca wool, or I think it's like baby alpaca and merino blend from Echo View Fiber Mill from last year's trip to Asheville that I haven't used and have no plan for, and I have to double check the yardage too and make sure that I have enough of everything to make this happen. But I would like to knit the shawl out of this and then knit those lace sections out of that beautiful white. And I have to see what weight that is too, but I'm afraid it might be sport. We'll see. Yeah. But that's what I have in mind for that. And then I got one other thing in my order because I couldn't resist. I bought their enamel pin that says, if I want exposure, I'll get my tits out, which I just couldn't love it anymore. I can't decide where I'm going to put it because I don't want to lose it. But I love her so much. She's my spirit animal. Yeah. So, what did you get?
I got 3 skeins. Oh, they don't want to come out of the bag.
Oh, they're still in the bag.
I've opened it, but it really does not. Okay, I really do not want to open. Yeah, these just got here on Monday. So I got 3 skeins of Moonstone on Tosh DK, I believe.
Is that the single?
I think they're singles.
It looks like single.
It feels like single. So I'm going to assume it is. But yeah, it's Tosh DK
cool.
Moonstone.
And what's that going to be?
So I bought it to do the campfire shawl. But looking at it now, I'm not sure.
Oh, I love that for a campsite. I think it's campsite. The campsite shawl. I watched Christy Glass knits. I watched her interview with Caitlin Hunter from Dyeworks. And that was like her first pattern that she knit that got her into knitting, like real knitting. So who knows? Maybe this time next year you'll be designing colorwork yokes. Anything could happen.
Probably not.
Wildly successful.
Yeah. So I have 3 skeins of this. I got it during their Memorial Day sale. So we'll see. I'll figure it out. I'll see how it cakes up.
Yeah.
Decide if that's what I want to do with it.
I was going to say, are you going to cake it up before your trip and throw it in the bag? But you're not because you leave so soon.
Also, I don't have any way to cake it up.
Right, you'd have to go see Kristen at Stash.
Yeah, I don't have anywhere in my house.
You could hand wind that, though.
I don't trust myself.
It's fair. I have done it and regretted it.
Yeah, I did it and I wasted an entire skein of Barocco vintage. So.
Oh, sad.
I'm just not going to go down that path again.
Well, a very, very brief podcast this week because life.
Yep.
But that's what we've got for you. So, as a reminder, you can follow us on Instagram as Sunshinedye.works and on Ravelry as Scarlett.
Oh, I thought we already did this.
We did. Did it again.
Okay, we're doing it again.
Why not?
I'm on Instagram as Elemingo Knits and on Ravelry as La Anana.
And that's it. Bye, guys.